What's up? What's up, Twitch, YouTube? What's up, everybody? What's up, TikTok? If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys follow me on TikTok. It's very important. But without further ado, guys, I just want to say good morning. Good morning. Why does this look like this? Bro, this look like crap. What the heck? Oh, I gotta check the quality on this real quick. What's good, TikTok? What's up? Jesus loves you. Jesus, thank you so much, man, for the reminder. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you. Jesus loves you as well. He woke us up this morning. Right? So, all praises to him. For sure. For sure. Let me do some housekeeping stuff real quick, guys. Hold up. Before we deep dive into what we're going to talk about today, let me make sure I am effectively live. Why the heck does this look like this? Whatever, we ain't even finna trip about the small things because, of course, it's going to always be some BS. All right, so number one, I want to talk about this, right? As I get things set up, I'm going to talk while I'm doing it. So yesterday I had a great talk with a few individuals that booked calls. I want to shout out to a lot of you guys, the people that are out there and they consistently remind me that they have the utmost belief in themselves. And no matter what comes in their way, and I won't share all of the, personal information that they have displayed, but it honestly is just motivating talking to so many entrepreneurs, so many people that have been through the ups and downs. And I remember yesterday I was talking to somebody and I told him, I said, yo, bro, yeah, we gonna make it. He said, we already did. And that's why I made the title for this video currently, Did We Already Make It? Because, see, when he said we already made it, it was really, really, really interesting to me. And the reason it was really interesting is, do we really believe we actually made it, right? Like, a lot of us watching this right now may be really, really down and hard on ourselves because we feel like today is Friday, prime example. If you got paid, great job. If you didn't, you like, dang, I can't wait until next Friday, right? But, like, what is actually making it is making it to the end of the week and being able to see the income that you work for is being able to work for yourself. I'm going to tell y'all a real honest thing that happened to me today, and it gave me a wake-up call, and it hurt my feelings, and I kind of got really, really down on myself. So I got a gun charge. I got a gun charge last year, in the beginning of last year. And what ended up happening was, and I touched on this on YouTube very briefly because it was still very traumatic to me. And it still is very traumatic to me, but it's interesting because I was letting one of my friends use a DoorDash account of mine, right? And mind you, I'm still going to court for this, and I have a really great lawyer, and I'm very confident that we're going to beat this because of what happened to me. So basically, I was driving home. Okay, I had crabs, and I was bringing these crabs home, and I was sleepy because I was working throughout the night. It's like during the evening at this point. So I'm driving home, and it's a pothole in the middle of the street. It's like an intersection. So it's stop signs right here and stop signs right here. So you stop and you let the other people go, and then you go, right? I'm like a block away from my house, but I stopped, let the cars go. It's a cop right in front of me on the other side. So I stopped. Everything was cool, but it was a pothole, so I swerved the pothole. I just went around the pothole and went regular. So the cop ends up going behind me, and then the cop ends up chasing me down, right? Puts his lights on, and he ends up pulling me over. Now, when the cop pulled me over, I'm good. Like, I'm not like sweat. I'm not tripping on nothing, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, AC. Thank you. The cop pulls me over. Oh my, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all of it, man. You definitely made my morning. Thank you so much. So he pulls me over, and first thing I think is, all right, let me just get my ticket. I'm about to take this on the chin and go home, right? Because mind you, I'm tired. I just had got, I forget what I did that morning, but it cost me money. I don't remember what I did. Yeah, why can't I remember? But something happened where I was just tired. Long story short, cop pulls me over. I'm like, hey, how you doing, officer? He said, I'm doing good. He said, why did you turn that way? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, why did you turn during that stop sign like that? And I'm like, because I was just dodging a pothole, sir. He said, oh, okay. He said, license and registration, please. Gave him all of my information. He starts putting his flashlight in my car. His partner starts putting the flashlight in the car too. But I don't realize that I have a gun on me. I don't realize it because in my head, like I always carry my stuff on me when I'm doing things business wise. And this all goes all the way to when I posted on social media that I was at the Kobe courts at this Kobe tournament, and people saw that I was wherever I was at, and then they tried to go into my car. They broke inside my car and did all this other stuff. Like, I already know that I'm a target in some people's eyes because of what I put online, and I used to like flash money and like my videos and thumbnails to get views, and I stopped doing that. Like, you can't find me flashing money anywhere at all no more, right? So I always carry on me just because I remember those things. So when they start flashing the lights, I'm not thinking that they're going to actually search my car because I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. So it's not like you about to say, oh, the car smells like weed, or it's not like you about to say, oh, you're drunk, right? So I'm talking to the guy and I'm explaining to him like, yeah, I really don't want to get a ticket, but if you have to write me a ticket, so I understand. Like, I'm taking full accountability even though I didn't do nothing, right? So then boom. He goes and he goes, runs my registration, and then it's a guy that walks up on the passenger side. He's like, I think I didn't have my insurance paper, but I would try to show it to him on the phone. And he was like, no, that's not good enough. I need the paper. So I'm like, well, okay, I don't have the paper. Like, I could just go to my crib and get the paper if you would like. He was like, no, I need the paper now. He's like, check in your glove department. So I opened the glove department, and then he just started putting his flashlight in there. My weapon was in my gym bag because I had went to the gym that morning, and I carry it again anywhere I go just in case, right? So I didn't even think of putting the two together. And you're allowed to have a weapon in your store as well. So if you're in your store, and mind you, I didn't have my permit because it expired, and I didn't renew it because I had like tickets that I owed the city, and they was trying to make me do all this other stuff, right? So that's my fault. But anyway, you're allowed to have it in your store. So regardless, I'm gonna have my stuff with me regardless, right? So boom, he started looking, and I'm like, why is he looking in my glove box? And then I open up the middle console because he's talking about some checking there. So I'm like, okay. Like, I'm starting to feel weird because it starts to come, like, you know how you get in a traffic stop and you're just, you know, the cop is going to be extra, right? This was like beyond extra at this point because it was like, now you like, it's still looking like a movie at this point. So he's like, yeah, let me check here. So I ended up checking. Right? I'm gonna have to start the live over again, guys, because it was just restricted. But I had to end up checking, and he's looking in there. So I'm just really, really confused at this point on why they're flashing their lights at me and looking at every move I make. So the main point of this whole situation was that I ended up getting told to get out the car. I said, I don't want to get out the car. I don't feel safe, sir, getting out the car. Can I please have your supervisor here? He is like, well, I'll get my supervisor here, but I need you to get out the car. So I'm like, I'm getting out the car. You feel me? Why am I getting out the car? Long story short, because I don't want to bore you all with the story, I ended up having to get out the car. He said he's going to drag me out. Mind you, I don't even know why I was pulled over at this point. He said I was pulled over because I swerved. But you cannot in Philadelphia, I don't know about where y'all at, you can't just pull somebody over for swerving. It has to be 2 infractions. 2 problems have to occur. Okay? 2 problems. They got to be you swerving and you didn't hit a pole, or you swerving and you, I don't know, didn't stop at the stop sign or whatever, right? But it was not 2 infractions. If anything, it was 1, right? So boom. I had to get out the car. Once I got out the car, and before I got out the car, I asked him, I said, what's going to happen if I get out this car? He was like, we just going to search you, man. And that's it, man. I'm going to let you go. I'm not going to write you a ticket, all that. So I'm like, all right, whatever, right? So I got out the car. They end up immediately detaining me once I got out the car, put me in the back of the hood, my hands behind my back, and just started searching my car. Now, mind you, it wasn't no smell of anything. It wasn't anything going on at all. Long story short, they ended up arresting me and illegally searching everything, basically. So the reason I bring that story up wasn't to actually tell you guys the story. It was actually to tell you guys something about when it comes to life and when it comes to like the hardships that we all go through. Like I go through hardships just like everybody else. I'm no special than anybody else, right? And you're not either. Let's just make that clear. You're not special. Whoever's watching this, whenever you're watching this, I want you to get in your head that you're not special. You can get the same treatment as the next person. Now, I tell my friends the story. Oh, it's because you're this color and it's because of that, this, that, and the third, right? Great. I like to own what I have to own and not put any skin color or any race or any type of thing that it may be. I don't try to project it because I try in my head to hold myself accountable because it should never happen in the first place, right? But it did. I ended up getting in trouble. Now I'm going to court. I don't have, I'm proven I'm innocent until proven guilty. But the point of the matter is when I went and I looked at my email, and mind you, I don't DoorDash at all, but I forgot that I had let one of my friends and my little brother, but my little brother's not here anymore because his account got taken down, DoorDash. But one of my friends, I let him use my DoorDash account so he can run on multiple DoorDash accounts. So he's using his DoorDash account. Then he hits me up yesterday. He's like, yo, they said that they're doing the background check and I can't even access the money. So I'm like, what? So long story short, the background check they did, it showed that I was, I guess, going through a court process with this charge. Yesterday when I found that out, ironically, I was tired and procrastinating my ass off because I had worked during the morning. I got up a little earlier and I did a few things and recorded a few videos, and I was just tired. And I got this text just when I was about to just check out and just relax for the day. And it reminded me, like, sometimes we allow external things we can't control to control us, right? Like sometimes in life, we have things that we cannot control no matter what purpose or intent we have. We mess up. We make mistakes. We come up short. We take losses. We do a bunch of things that we may not be able to control. Hold on, let me fix this. I'm sorry, YouTube. Hold on. I got to start this live again because I messed up. I didn't say too much. TikTok said, But hold up now. We got to tell the truth, though. You feel me? Y'all know I'm uncut. I appreciate all the love. Y'all haven't subscribed, not subscribed, but follow my TikTok. Go do that. But look, so what I learned from this whole situation was sometimes you feel like taking your foot off the gas, and you have to learn that there is no way, shape, or form you can afford, no matter how much money you made, no matter how much success you're getting, to take your foot off the gas. We can't, because there's always going to be some point in some way in our lives that somebody can control us, that somebody can dictate the outcome. So it's like, yeah, money may not be a thing. Like, let's just say I got charged and I have a friend. He's a felon. He's a felon. I have a friend. He's a felon. Okay. He is a felon, a repetitive felon. Okay. I will say that. And the one thing about him is he's a great person, but he got into a lot of things that he couldn't get himself out of. Right. Okay. Now he's trying to straighten his life out and he can't get a job. He can't get a lot of different opportunities. And he's stuck. He's stuck doing things, hiding behind other people's names, doing things that, he wish he didn't have to, like Instacart and stuff. He's stuck. And to me, it's amazing how we work our butts off, whether it's a 9 to 5, whether it's you being a dad or a mom. We work our butts off trying to control our outcomes when essentially we really never in the beginning had the ability to really control it. Only thing you can control is what you can control. Control the controllables and worry about what you can control. But also understand that even if it is something you control, there's always somebody that can pull the rug up under you no matter what type of money you make, what type of situation you put yourself in. There's always somebody that can stop you. So never feel untouchable. And the reason I say this is because sometimes we get those days or those hours or those parts of ourselves that feels lazy and feels like we cannot. Man, listen, I done did a lot. I got to reward myself, right? We get those times we feel like we got to reward ourselves. We got to take the foot off the gas. We got to get that instant gratification. We have to take it easy. Like I've had so many times where I lied to myself and said, you work so hard, B. Go ahead and take a couple hours off. And then a couple hours turn into the whole day. And you know why that happens? It happens because we are addicted to a dopamine. We are addicted to chemicals that release in our brain that makes us feel good. We're not addicted to actually progressing and making things happen. We are addicted to feeling like we're making shit happen when in our reality, we're not. And those individuals out there that are looking to drop ship, those individuals that are looking to sell replicas, those individuals that are looking to make fast money, I'm going to tell you something. It can work and it will work. You'll get money. You'll get money selling replicas. You'll get money doing all of that. You're going to do it. You're going to get the money. But the problem is you're never going to learn how to keep it because you don't know how to get it honestly on your own. So I had a call with somebody. He paid me a good amount of money to have a call, literally just to talk to me about something I give for free on videos. So I said, well, why did you book a call to talk about this? He said, because I understand that a network is way more important than a service. So he was like, I just want to get to know you. I want to pick your brain. Blase, blase. So I let him talk. We stayed on that. He booked like a 15-minute call, or I think a 30-minute call. We stayed on for like about an hour. And he was just telling me how he had an investor, and the investor that he had ended up turning on him, and they ended up taking everything that he had. He ended up wanting to start his own brand because he understood that now he can't rely on other people. He has to rely on himself. The same story that a lot of us are going to end up going through. Like, I got a bunch of people that I talk to on an everyday basis that want to start a business every time I see them. But see, every time that I follow up with them, they never started a business. I see a lot of people on a daily basis that I talk to that want to get rid of that job, but they always have the job when we link back up. I see a lot of people that's like, yo, I got to get away from this person. But every single time I see them again, they still around that person. I see a lot of people that talk way more than they do, but don't understand why they're not achieving what they want. Because see, the things that you don't want to do most of the time are the same things that keep you comfortable. The same things that you don't want to do are the same things that make you feel like you're accomplishing shit when things are going good. And see, that's where we got to realize that just like I had this charge that I'm hopefully, God willing, going to beat, is crazy because I felt like I was untouchable. I felt like, yo, I make my own bread. Can't nobody stop me, put a blemish on my record. Can't nobody do nothing to me now. Let's just hypothetically say I rob a bank and I get a felony and all of these things on my record. No, it won't stop my money. It won't. It won't, because I dictate my employment, obviously, but it still could impact my reputation when it comes to a legal standpoint, right? And like what I started to realize is that's important to understand you're not untouchable no matter how much money you make. And I see a lot of people thinking that the goal is money. The goal was never money. The goal was never money. The goal when you wake up every day, if your goal is to make money and that's literally your sole purpose or why you consume content or why you sit there and walk outside and go to your job is to make money, you're failing, because you never should just depend on money, because money is controlled by somebody else. It's not about the money. It's about the legacy. It's about the generational curse. It's about understanding that somebody's going to come behind you. I don't care if you have kids or don't have kids. It could be somebody else coming behind you. Somebody's watching you. You're going to impact people. You should want to be an impactor, not somebody that's just reacting. A lot of us, we just react off of stuff instead of just growing from things. A lot of us react instead of controlling. A lot of us, we want to be the waves instead of the ship. See, the difference is the waves, they're uncontrollable. They're controlled by different things in the environment. But the boat, the ship, that's what, you ride that ship no matter what. No matter how rocky stuff goes, you understand that that's your ship and you're going to ride your ship the way you need to. Thank you so much for the gift. Thank you so much. But it's just important for us to understand that your purpose is way bigger than money. It's way bigger than money or that business you want to start. It's interesting. I made a short on YouTube. And the short that I made on YouTube was about clothing brands. It's my most disliked short. And what I was saying in the video was that clothing brands, they are doomed to fail. A lot of people want to start them because they're one of the easiest businesses to start. Because it's easy to say I got a clothing brand, right? It's so easy. Like, go right now to a shirt printing place. They used to have them all in the malls. Y'all remember that, when you would go to the mall and it would just be mad shirt printing places? If you live in Philly, if you remember the Shellham Mall, it used to always be a shirt printing place there. But it's so easy to start a business shirt printing or having a clothing brand, excuse me. But the interesting thing about a clothing brand is a lot of people don't realize that clothing brands don't make money because of the clothes. They make money because of the brand. It's like, bro, you're trying to make a clothing brand. And this is why people dislike that reel, because what I said wasn't popular and it wasn't something that was motivating. Bro, why? What the fuck? Yeah, what? Anyway, a lot of people, the comments is crazy. A lot of people don't understand how to build. Thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But the clothing brand aspect, again, thank you. The clothing brand aspect is, bro, you're not going to make no money trying to print on a shirt when I can do the same exact thing. You're going to make money growing your brand, you as a person, as an individual. You growing your brand is going to always trump you putting anything on a shirt. And I think a lot of people, they start, hey, bro, what kind of product can I sell? Hey, bro, how many phones can I flip? But it's not about the phones you flip or the products you sell. It's actually about the name that you put on it. It's actually about you. You are a brand. The way you take yourself to work, the way you compose yourself at work, the people you talk to at work, the people that you actually keep and connect with after work, those are all things that impact your brand for you to be able to excel to another level. Every single time I walk into a business, every single time I'm thinking about, hey, yo, what else do you do? What else do you do? What's your side income? They be like, side income? Yeah, like, what do you do other than this? Nothing. So you mean to tell me that you don't do anything but this? Yeah. Okay. I know I ain't going to associate myself with that person. Not because I'm better than the person, but the person has nothing to give me. The person has nothing to teach me. So I want to ask y'all, right, as the coworkers, the people that you work with, when you go into that realm, that environment, what do the people around you offer you? Like, what do they give you? Do they give you anything, or is it just you literally being in that space, in that area, working? Because, see, if you are working a job that doesn't help you personally, you are literally in a position to where you're being used, and you think that money is way more important than time. And if you think that money is way more important than time, you will never have enough money to afford time. Because, see, what changed my life was me losing my job at Sam's Club when I was young. And me realizing, hey, I'm broke. And the reason I'm broke isn't because I don't have skills or I don't have the assets. It's because this whole time I thought that money was way more important than time. But then I had to realize that, wait, they can take the money whenever they choose. They can take the food off of the table that you feed your kids or feed your family whenever they choose. But you give that power. And most importantly, you give that power when you think that you are in control because somebody gives you or lets you feel that way. And people can give you that feeling because they do it all the time. People give people that feeling. Jobs give you security, you think, right? Jobs give you that security, you think. I know a few individuals that have the ability to start businesses, but they don't. You know something? One of the guys that gave me my first distributor, my first product distributor, he is a hustler, true hustler. He taught me a lot, okay? He helped me get my first wholesale distributor where I can actually get products. He was the person that made me actually become a little bit of who I am now. I can't give him full credit, of course, but he was a big help. You know, he works for somebody. And this guy actually helped me find a product distributor. He actually was using this product distributor to fund a Sprint business. So this is how it worked, right? It was a Jewish guy. Jewish people, if you have any connection to a Jewish business owner, I would say get under that person as soon as possible. Like, learn how that person operates. Not because they're better than anybody else, but because the way that the culture works is so oriented and it's so put together that it's very difficult for them as a unit to fail. And like, a lot of people don't understand why Jewish people are ultra successful, but it's like a lot into it that I had to learn from this Jewish owner. But long story short, this Jewish guy owned this Sprint store. He hired a guy to actually go get products for him in his store. The guy that he hired to get the products for him in his store is a guy that I came in contact with when he wanted to join my Wake Up Now company, which is a multi-level marketing company. We was like, it's like that thing where if I sign you up, you sign 3 other people up, you make money, you get your team and all that. Long story short, this same guy that was selling getting these products for this Jewish guy's store, still to this day, does the same thing for another person. But the Jewish guy is a multimillionaire right now, not even living in the country. But the guy that has the connect to get the products is still working. He's working for T-Mobile now, but he's still working. He's still working. Now, he's making a lot of money though. He's making a lot of money. Okay. He's making $100K plus a year, but that's what keeps him working. It keeps him working for somebody else instead of just going off and doing his own thing. But why doesn't he do it? He doesn't do it because, one, he's older. He's way older than me. He like 50 now or about to be 50. But the point of the matter is he doesn't see the value in time. He only sees the value in money. So he comes up to me in his Maserati and we make jokes and we compete against each other all the time. But the difference is that I actually have time and he doesn't. The difference is that I can actually do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want, but he can't. The difference is I can go online and say, hey guys, I have this product and that product, but he can't. He can't. He has signed an NDA. He has signed a non-compete clause. He has signed a lot of things that has stopped and restricted him to be able to do anything because he keeps renewing this contract because he wants money. The difference between a lot of individuals is they go to work for money and don't understand that they need to go to work for time. They need to go to work, put in time to get money to regain their time, because time is the only thing you can't get back. You can go broke and get money again. You can't waste a year or 2 years and get those 2 years back. And I had to learn that, and I watched people that actually put me on settle for less because they wanted $100K a year. I mean, a secret, big secret. Let me make this very clear. 99% of the people that you see online driving Maseratis, Rolls Royces, all of those things, all of that stuff is based on credit. All of it is based on credit. It ain't based off of what they're making. A lot of these gurus, especially in the product reselling area, they're not making enough money for them to be able to do any of that. I'm going to tell you why. I done seen people that drop ship talking about they're opening offices. Now, let's make this very clear. If you're a drop shipper and you're teaching people how to drop ship and you think that people feel or I guess believe that you are a multimillionaire, right? Drop shipping, you got to be out of your damn mind. You got to be out of your mind. I got to stop cursing because they're going to restrict me again. But you got to be out of your mind. The reason you got to be out of your mind is because while technology is definitely a very, very high ticket industry, it isn't if you don't have any assets. So if you're somebody out there now, I'm going to jump on a digital product wave too. Digital products, drop shipping, all of those things are avenues to make money, but they're not avenues to get rich. They're not avenues to get wealthy. They're not avenues to do any of that. They're avenues to make extra money. The reason why is because there's no asset in it. So if, and I'll use this as an example. I was just looking at my phone and I saw this guy. He was like, yo, he has this whole Instagram talking about, hey guys, let me teach you how to sell a digital product. And a digital product is an ebook. And every day I see this guy and it's a motivation. So that's why I follow him, because I'm like, yo, this guy is really interesting because he really thinks that a smart person believes this bullshit. And see, the real hustlers that really make money, they be on social media watching these fake people that take out loans, have investors, and etc. Because I've talked to them, act like they really living this life. They had these stand store receipts and these beacon receipts and all of these receipts like they're actually making money and they ain't making shit. I done met some of these people in person and it's not how it looks online. But the point of the matter is not to think about them or to compare them or to down them. Whatever they're doing, that's cool. The point of the matter is that having an asset, right? Having something physical, tangible that you can control is going to make you wealthy. Having something that is reliant on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of that stuff, it's not reliant. It's not reliable. Or your job, your boss. Listen, I done met bosses or people that were, I'm a boss, right? I've hired people that I've just not liked at a certain point because they did some grimy stuff. And I'm just like, yo, they got to get out of here. They got to get out of here. And that's how it happens. I remember I had a young lady. I was at McDonald's. She asked me for a job. I said, come to the store. She came to the store. And I felt bad for her because she was very nice, but looked like she was struggling a little bit. So I was like, okay, look, you could be the cashier. I'm gonna hook you up with this person. This person will train you. Da da da. Long story short, she ended up stealing a lot of AirPods and having her friends come into the store trying to steal phones and stuff like that. And I was like, she got to get up out of here. But that's the position of somebody in power. You can tell somebody when they need to get up out of here. But like when you really understand power and understand how to gain it, you understand that, hey, the position I need to be in is the position where I can hire people to actually do things I don't want to do and use my time the way I want to use it. That's the difference. That's the difference. And that's how we start to get out of this rat race and start to get that money that we've been always wanting. Because the money, when you get that money, right? When you get the money that you think you want, it ain't never going to feel how you think it's going to feel. It ain't going to feel good. It ain't going to feel good. When you end up hitting that goal, you'll start to realize the good feeling didn't come from the goal. The good feeling came from you chasing it. The good feeling, that feeling that you get when you wake up and you like, fuck, you like, I ain't where I want to be yet. All right, let me get it. That feeling. And not everybody has that feeling. Some people wake up and they're just like, okay, let me just live life. I wake up every day like, yo, how the hell can I get better? I wake up every single day competing against what I was yesterday. I wake up every single day thinking to myself, what did I miss out yesterday on that I cannot miss out on today? I wake up every single day saying, how can I get better? Because I am depending on me. But when you do that and then you hit that goal that you wanted to hit, it's, you feel it. It feels like, hey, okay, yay. But then you move on. And I'll give y'all a really good example. Because it was really interesting that I felt this way. And I thought that this was really weird. So I'm an Eagles fan, right? I'm a very big Eagles. I watched every Eagles game. I usually watch every Eagles game. I love the Eagles, right? I love the Eagles and I love the Sixers. And the Eagles won a Super Bowl, right? Cool. But you want to know something? Everybody, yeah, the Eagles, EAG, right? And AJ Brown, which is one of the wide receivers, said the same thing I said. Like, it just didn't feel how you think it would feel. You know? Like, while everybody was like, oh my God, we won that championship. We won a Super Bowl. I was just sitting there. And I'm just like, this ain't enough. Salute. What's up, IB? Thank you, man. I'm like, this ain't enough. Winning ain't enough. It ain't enough because, see, the Eagles are a perfect example of what I'm trying to tell y'all right now. Sometimes winning is not enough because the win was too easy. The win did not feel as gratifying as you thought it would because you already knew you would get there. When I watched the Eagles, y'all, I swear to goodness, I already knew they was going to go to the chip. When I watched the Eagles every single week and we destroying everybody, I knew we were going to do something good. But see, when the parade happened and when everybody was climbing poles and I didn't even put out none of the Eagles footage I got from when they won. I didn't put out none of it. I have mad footage of crowds of people on Broad Street. I put none of it out. It wasn't exciting to me. It wasn't entertaining to me. And I love the Eagles. But one thing I will say is we need more. One thing I will say is there's something inside of me. Because the first Super Bowl we won, I was hyped. But then the second one, I literally was sitting on the TV like, yay, let's get it. Everybody else, yeah, we won. But it's like, nah. It was too easy. It was too easy. And that's why we got to realize that sometimes it's the journey we need. It's not about going to the Super Bowl. It's about week 1 to 17. It's about you waking up every single day, taking every day, hour by hour by hour by hour, and realizing, hey, I got to judge myself on where I was yesterday. And then today, I got to judge myself on, hey, did I do better? Did I pick up that book that I said I was going to read 3 weeks ago? Did I do the content that I said I was going to do a month ago? Did I make sure that I made the money I said I was going to make last week? Did I save that check? Did I sit there? Am I still living paycheck to paycheck? Am I still... Listen, I just got 5 texts asking me to go out this weekend. I get asked to go out all the time. All the time. Different places. I have people that want to go out and I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm straight. Because it's a difference between, hey, I understand I need to enjoy my time, and then understanding that, hey, I'm in a process of being able to enjoy my time on a different type of level. You see what I'm saying? Like, the people that are inviting me out, they think that, like, going out during the weekend is lit. They think, like, oh, yeah, like, we finna go and do this. We gonna do that. Yeah. Right? People thought that winning the Super Bowl was lit. But it's a difference, and AJ Brown said it so good. It's a difference when you're looking at your competition and they put their head down when you're staring at them because they know they can't fuck with you. It's a difference. It's a difference when you sitting there and you selling products and their competition, they don't even fuck with you because they know that they can't come near you. It's a difference when your manager, your boss, I don't know if any of y'all ever had this experience, but your manager, your boss can't even say shit to you because they know that you run that motherfucker. It's a difference. It's a difference when you walk in the building, whether you own it or not, but you know you the motherfucking reason why the lights is on. It's a difference. It's a difference, and that's when you know you special. It's a difference. It's a difference when you understand that nobody can fuck with you because you put in so much hard work that it's unattainable for anybody to understand or explain why you are in the level that you are at. And here's the difference is when you are doing that, there's no end. There's no, oh, that's the finish line. There's no, oh, that's the ending goal. Because you keep going and keep chasing because you understand that the satisfying, gratifying, fulfilling part of life is not about being successful. It's not about getting money. It's not about getting married, having a whole bunch of kids. It's not about the white picket fence. It's not about traveling. It's not about none of that. It's not about having that car. It's not about none of that. What it's about is making sure any and everything around you that wants to compete cannot. It's about understanding that nobody can fuck with you. That's what I want you to think about every time you wake up, is that I want to be so great that nobody can fuck with me. That's how great I want to be. I want to be so great that nobody can fuck with me. Because when I'm that great, when I die, what are they going to say? Nobody can fuck with them. That's it. That's all I need people to say. I want them to be at the podium. I want whoever's at the podium when I die to say, he done did everything that he needed to do. And let me tell you something, right? A lot of us don't understand that because we think that it's okay to be bare minimum. It's so many people, and I've been observing this throughout my life in general as of lately. There's so many people doing the bare minimum. We just do the bare minimum. We literally do the bare minimum. We accept the bare minimum. People do the bare minimum. You do the bare minimum. And then if you do the bare minimum, but so much, guess what ends up happening? The bare minimum becomes the standard. Your kids get the bare minimum. You get the bare minimum. Your parents get the bare minimum. And if you get the bare minimum and you think the bare minimum is okay, guess who else thinks it's okay? The people that come behind you. That's why there's a lot of people right now that are okay with working 9-to-5s and not having any other income. Because all of our parents, most of them, not all, most of our parents accepted the bare minimum. It was nothing wrong with them though. It was nothing wrong. But you want to know why this generation has more entrepreneurs? This generation has more entrepreneurs because the internet shows us more than the bare minimum now. See, back in their day, they couldn't see how much they can get. So that's why when I'm on the phone with my mom, the mom that has never came to any one of my stores, the mom that has never brought any one of my products, the mom that has never watched any one of my videos, the mom that has never supported any one of my businesses tells me, hey, you ever think about going to school? It's not because I'm a failure. It's not because she thinks that I'm a failure. It's not because she thinks I don't have money. You want to know why? It's because she thinks that's the only way. And I had to tell her, just like I have to tell a lot of people, right? Just because your definition of success looks this way doesn't mean mine needs to. But see, the point is too, though, right? It's always the other way around too. Because see, somebody may only judge a success based on if you go to college or based on if you have a certain type of education or if you have a certain type of job. And then you like, why won't my family support me? Why won't they say I did a good job? Because what you're doing is not comprehensible to them. See, when you are out there doing something that nobody else had the balls to do, they're never going to congratulate you. They're never going to say good job. They're never going to say, Brandon, keep it up. Because they don't even understand it. They don't understand it. Just like I don't understand a contractor that builds a house, rehabs a house by yourself from ground up. I don't congratulate. I thought that was your job. But he did a great job because he did things that maybe he didn't know how to do and had to learn and had to do X, Y. Like, we can't understand what somebody else is going through if we don't even have the balls to do it ourselves. Me, I'm not ever being a contractor. That ain't the life I signed up for. There's nothing wrong with it. My best friend is a contractor. It ain't nothing wrong with it. But ain't nothing wrong with it. And the beautiful thing about whether you work with your hands or you work with your mind is they all cost money. You know, and I like doing this style of video because it shows me how, one, smart I am, but also how every situation in life you can take a message from it. I go over to my friend's house. He takes me in the basement. Pause. Right? We in the basement at his house. He like, yo, bro, I'm building this thing up to be like a man cave. So it's like all of these walls and stuff, but you can see it's not done. And he's a contractor. So he's building up this basement. And I'm looking at him build I'm looking at the basement. I'm like, this shit is unfinished. I said, bro, why is it not done? You've been doing this for a while. He said, because it costs a lot of money. I said, bro, that don't even make sense. I said, because you know how to do everything down here, right? He said, yeah. I said, so why isn't it done? He said, it costs money. I said, well, you got that rental property, this rental property. You got that contract, this, that, and the third. You just did that. You just did this. Why can't you just get it done, bro? And it's interesting because you be thinking people got it like that. And sometimes you think, well, if you had that skill, you would be able to. But then what he did was he broke it down to me. He said, this thing right here, this wood panel right here, this cost me X amount of dollars. That cost me X amount of dollars. That cost me X amount of dollars. I'm behind on this mortgage. I'm behind on that mortgage. I got this going on with this. I got that and this and this and that. That's why I ain't get it done, bro. And you want to know the beautiful thing about it? I didn't know. I didn't know until I asked. The reason I say that is because a lot of us, we wear our failures on our sleeve. We wear disappointment on our sleeve. We wear failure on our sleeves. I hate a person that wakes up and you can tell they're disappointed in themselves. I hate a person that wakes up and you can tell they're depressed. I hate a person that wakes up and you can tell that they gave up on their dream. You know why? Because there's people just like them that get up every single day, fall on the ground, get kicked 1,000 times, ran over about 40 times, heart stomped on, brain stomped on, their legs hurt, their back hurt, but they still get their asses up, back straight, chest out, chin up, and they handle their business. And you ain't never going to be able to tell they going through it. And then you might be like, well, Brandon, that's just not everybody. It's not. It's not. But when I said I hate those type of individuals, I mean it. I hate those type of visuals. I hate those type of people because they should never be around me. See, there's one thing that we have to realize with people, right? If you hang around a person for too long that procrastinates, they don't want more for themselves, they don't work for it hard enough, they don't understand their flaws, and they wear disappointment on themselves, it's only two things that can happen. They're either going to bring you down or you're going to bring them up. That's it. They're either going to bring you down or you're going to bring them up. So I can't afford to have those people around me. It's not that I hate the individual. No, I hate the mindset. But I can't separate the mindset from the person. So I'd rather say, keep that person away from me. There's certain people I don't hang around with. There's certain people that's mad fun to be around, but I won't ever hang with them. Because, see, when I talk about cars or when I talk about what I want to do with my business, you may start thinking I'm bragging. I'll never forget, me and my friend, we were at Wawa. Me, my friend, and another guy. And we was at the Wawa, and we were talking about cars and the cars that we had. And we were also talking about what we were about to do with them. And a few like property things. It was me, my friend, and another guy. We're going to say Guy A, right? So Guy A, while me and my friend are talking, Guy A says, he interrupts us and says, why y'all doing that? We're like, what? Yeah, why y'all bragging? Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, y'all some weird shit. We said, what? He like, yeah, every time I come around, y'all talking about this, and this. Every single time, bro. Like, y'all gotta chill out, man. And we looked at him. And we looked at each other. He like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, he got a whole ad. Like, he was really mad. Turns out that he was renting out a room with his girlfriend, and they was living together, and he ain't had no money. He was unemployed, but he was outside. He was outside trying to get he was outside trying to lay him and spray him. He was outside. That taught me something real young. It taught me that females were never the priority. Because you can't get a female and be broke. Because what ends up happening is if you get a female and you're broke, you won't never be able to afford her. You also won't be able to afford problems. You also won't be able to afford the confidence that you need to exert. And you also won't be able to afford the time you need for yourself. But also what it taught me was if you hang around people that only know less than you, they will hurt you to get more than you. Because what ended up happening, that night, I decided in my head, and I do this often. I decided I'm not talking to this person no more. I'm not talking to Guy A anymore. I said, I'm good. You ain't fitting to line me because you broke. Right? I get a call a few weeks later from my friend that was in the car too. He like, yo, man, he tried to do da-da-da-da to me. He tried to actually sabotage my business and da-da-da-da. And I said to myself, yup. That's why I distanced myself. Because when you don't feed the wolves, they'll attack you. See, and that's the difference. When you get a lot of money, you can keep that company. When you get a lot of money, you start feeding people, you can keep them because as long as you feed the wolves, they good. They settle. They cool. But if you don't feed those wolves, they will attack you. They will take you away. So it's important for us to realize money is not the objective. Our surroundings, our process, our journey, our ups and our downs, that's where we should be at our highest. Because no matter if you down right now, and I'm talking to whoever woke up today broker than they was yesterday, whoever woke up today and didn't get that check because they job messed up the check, whoever woke up today and they didn't feel right, whoever woke up today and just feels like they are less than what they should be, all I want to say to you is just get over it. I don't have no pity party stories for you. I don't have no, hey guys, it's going to be, I don't have none of that shit for you. I don't have none of that shit for you. I was reading a book, Can't Hurt Me. They said this book was a great book. It's by that guy, Goodwin or whatever his last name was. Cool book, great. But the first chapter was all about how his mom and dad his dad was abusing his mom, and his mom and him had to go away, and they had to eat this and sleep on this floor and all that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. One thing I hate is a sad story, because we all got them. So it's like when people bring up the sad stories, in my opinion, they're bringing up the sad story to try and bring themselves high to show you, but I was so down and out, and my mom ain't had no money, and then I came out victorious. Bro, listen to me. I'm the type of person, lead with the victorious person, like the victorious part first. Tell me how you were victorious and lead the sad story out, because we all got them. We all got problems, and we all got situations where we failed. We all had them. You right there, you had them, and you might be going through something right now, but you need that friend to tell you to get the hell up over it. And you also need that friend that don't answer those phone calls when you keep calling with the same repetitive sad story. See, a lot of us, we don't have that. I'm that friend. I answer the phone the first time. You're like, oh my God, she done hurt me. She done did this to me. She done did that. I listen, bro. And I'm like, damn, bro, you good? You whoop-de-whoop, cool. I'll probably answer the second time. I might even answer the third. But I'm not going to keep answering you complaining. I'm not about to do that. Because you complaining brings that energy to me. I'm going to tell you something. I got some of my most depressing times in between the four walls by myself. I had plenty of people to reach out to, and all of my fellas, maybe girls do this too. I can't speak for women, and I don't dare do it. But the easiest thing is to move on to another female, or to try and put yourself into another situation to where you can ignore things and to where you can get over it, right? I've been there and done that. But one thing I'm going to tell you, right, is the more you ignore the fact that you're going through some shit, and the more you try to cover it up with something else, is the more that you are weakening yourself. It's the more that you are actually taking yourself out of the race, because see, the pain is what you need. The pain is what you need. The embarrassment is what you need. My friend told me the other day, he was like, yo, bro, she doing this to me. She doing this to me, and she doing this to me. Okay, I'm not going to say everything because it was some crazy stuff. She doing some crazy stuff to me, and she put me in this position. I'm broke now. I said, damn, bro, for real? He said, yeah. He said, but guess what, bro? I said, what? He said, she don't know, but she about to go through this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I said, she about to go through all of that? He said, yeah. I said, so what you going to do? He said, nothing. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, she left me for dead, so I'm going to leave her for dead. And when he said that to me, and this is like how amazing I think life is, because pain brings you into the person you are meant to be. And when he said that to me, I said, bro, you're a coward. It was a random conversation with my guy, and I looked, well, I didn't look at him because he was on the phone, but I said, bro, you a coward. I'm that type of friend. Because he said, well, I'm not a coward, bro. If she left me to die, bro, I'm gonna leave her to die. I said, let me let you know something. You ever watch a DC movie or a Marvel movie? He said, yeah. I said, you ever heard of Batman and Superman and Spider-Man? He said, yeah. I said, what you think those stories are about? He said, heroes. I said, yeah. I said, so let me ask you something. He said, yeah. I said, why didn't Batman ever let Joker die? I said, and I'm not even into like comics or anything, but I know these names. I said, why didn't Superman let Lex Luthor die? I said, why every time the villain is on the cliff does the hero pull him up? I said, do you think that's because the narrative is supposed to be that way? Do you think it's because it's a kid's movie? Because in the Avengers movie, I remember seeing the guy Thanos snap his fingers and everybody disappeared. I said, but why do these superheroes not let the villains die? He had no answer. And I said to him, because see, if they let the villains die, they wouldn't be the heroes. Because without the villains, they don't exist. So I said, just because somebody did something to you and somebody hurt you or somebody left you for dead, it doesn't mean you got to leave them for dead. That don't mean you got to leave them for dead. Just because that person hurt your business, it doesn't mean that you got to be vindictive. Well, Brandon, what does that show them? Listen, if you had $1 million, would you show the $1 million that you had? But let me dumb it down. Me and you chilling. Me and you. Yes, you watching. Me and you chilling in the crib. We just talking. No, we ain't in the crib. We at dinner. We just talking. And you tell me, yo, Brandon, I got a PS5. I said, for real? You said, yeah. I said, that's what's up, bro. Did you need to show me that PS5 for me to believe it? No, right? Like, I just like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I'm gonna ask you, if you had $1 million, would you? Do you need to show me that you have $1 million, or should I just be like, oh, okay, you got $1 million? Point of the matter is you don't have to show people anything. If they are that, if they're a bad person, they're a bad person, no matter if you show them or not. If they left you for dead, you being vindictive and being somebody that wants to hurt them doesn't help at all. Doesn't help you. I've been there and done that. I done seen people that I've built businesses with fail. I done seen people I beef with die. I done seen all of that. And I'm going to tell you something. There is no feeling that makes that okay. There's no gratification in it. Now, I ain't gonna lie. God mess with your girl and, you know what I mean, you on the ego trip and you feeling yourself. Yeah, I mean, you do something to him, you feel me? You feel it in the moment. But let me tell you something. What ends up happening is you end up being like, yo, what did I do it for? Oh, better yet, damn, I don't got no control. I can't control myself. So I say all of that to tell you this, man. Don't let the situation that you're in control you. You control the situation. And it doesn't mean that you need to control it loudly. Control isn't loud. And I'm not talking about the type of deceitful control that people put on the internet now. You know what I mean? When I say control, I'm talking about controlling a situation for everyone's better outcome. That's what us hustlers do. We control not to be controlling. We control so that everything moves smoothly. Because when everything moves smoothly, we do too. I started this talking about the Eagles, and I want to end it talking about the Eagles, right? Because it's another big thing for you guys to learn within that Super Bowl win. You don't have to do everything the way that society wants you to. You don't have to throw for 100,000 yards. You don't have to run the ball every time. You don't have to win how I do. You don't have to sell how I do. You don't have to make money how I do. You don't have to make content like I do. You don't have to do anything that anybody does. You need to just do it to win in the way that works for you. So I say again, control what you can control. And to answer the question, have we made it? Have we truly made it? Which was the point of this whole video. The answer is I hope not. Because to have made it means there's nothing left. To have made it means that we gave up. To have made it means that we feel accomplished. I don't know about you, but when I wake up and put my drawers on, and I put my shirt on, and I put my socks on, I still feel like I gotta do more. I still feel like I'm in the journey, because the journey is the most satisfying and gratifying part of life. Think about it. If you didn't have bad days, how could you have good ones? If you didn't have broke weeks, how could you have profitable ones? How? Right? So I want y'all to realize, man, fuck the sad stories, man. Fuck what you going through, man. Get over it. Run through that shit. Because can't nobody stop you but you. Can't nobody settle but you. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I'm about to get off, but thank you guys so much for watching, man. And again, have we made it? I hope not. Peace.